Hi everybody, welcome to our section 3.4 lecture video where we're going to be solving application problems with two unknown quantities. So with all of these problems, you're actually going to be asked for two different things and have two variables with each one. But lots of word problems and we're going to have a really good time with it, okay? So let me kind of show you what I would do with these and hopefully that gives you some ideas for when you try them on your own. We're just going to be doing lots of examples in this video. So in example 1, it says Jerry is 3 times as old as Marie. The difference of their ages is 24. What are their ages? So how I would tackle these is, first off, I always read the problem all the way through. The next thing is looking at what am I trying to find? And it says, what are their ages? That's my question. And so the ages I'm looking for are Jerry's age and Marie's age. So I'm going to look for Jerry's age. And I'm going to look for Marie's age. Okay? So then once I know what I'm trying to find, I'm going to give them variables. And I like to give them variables that actually mean something, so then when I solve it, I know what I have. So for Jerry's age, I'm going to use the variable J for Jerry. And for Marie's age, I'm going to use the variable M for Marie. Okay? Now that I have that started, I'm going to go back through and actually get some equations from these sentences. What you'll notice too is that I have two different sentences, and what I'm going to do is a little bit different than what MyMathLab does. I like my way better, and I think that it works a lot better for you guys, because the hard part for most of you is getting it from equations to sentences, or backwards, from sentences to equations. So let's do that. So what I do is I take one sentence at a time, and each sentence gets their own equation. So my first sentence right here says that Jerry is 3 times as old as Marie. So Jerry, I'm going to use a J for Jerry, that would be my equal sign, 3 times as old as Marie. So 3 times would be multiplication, so it would be 3 times M. And that's my first equation for my first sentence. My next sentence, I'm going to give it its own equation as well. So the difference of their ages is 24. So difference is subtraction, and to get a positive 24, I'm going to do older minus younger. So then I'm thinking, which one's older, Jerry or Marie? Looking at that first sentence, Jerry is 3 times as old as Marie. That means Jerry's older. So I'm going to put Jerry first. So I'm going to do Jerry minus Marie to do the difference. Is 24 means equals 24. So now I have two equations with two variables, and I'm trying to solve for both. So the next step that we're going to do is substitution. And MyMathLab thinks that you guys aren't smart enough to do substitution, and I completely disagree. You guys are smart and capable, and you guys got this. So what substitution is that first sentence says that Jerry equals 3M. So in the second equation, where it has a Jerry, guess what I can substitute in? I can put this 3M in here for J because they're equal to each other. J is equal to 3M, so where there's a J, I can just put in 3M because they're the same value. And then I can rewrite it. So I'm going to put a 3M right here where there's a J and bring the rest of it down. Minus M equals 24, just like that. And now we have one equation that only has one variable, which is a lot easier to solve. So from here, I can combine like terms. 3M minus M would be 2M. So now I have 2M equals 24. And then I'll divide both sides by 2, which gives me M equals 12. Now, I've solved something, so I know it's really tempting to think, I'm done. But you're not. Okay, because when I go back to what I'm looking for in this question, it says, what are their ages? Well, I found one of them, and that M tells me that I found Marie's age. I know that Marie is 12. Okay, so she's 12 years old, but I don't know Jerry's yet. And to find Jerry's, you can actually use either one of those equations. Generally, there will be one of them that's a little bit faster, but you can actually use either one if you'd like to. I think the first equation looks a little bit easier to me. So I'm going to say that Jerry equals 3 times Marie, and we now know that Marie is 12 years old. And 3 times 12 would be 36. So now I know that Jerry is 36 years old. And those two things are my answers for that one. Okay, let's do another one. Number 2 says a board is 91 centimeters long. It is to be cut into 2 pieces, with one piece 15 centimeters longer than the other piece. Find the length of each piece. All right, so trying to find 2 pieces lengths, and it doesn't really matter, but let's just say that one of them is X and one of them is Y, just so I have 2 pieces, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and draw a picture for this one just to visualize it a little bit better. Sometimes pictures can really help with word problems. So I know I have a board that is 91 centimeters long. I'm just going to go ahead and label that. So that total length is 91. It's going to be cut into 2 pieces, and apparently one of them is longer than the other, so it's not right down the middle, it's kind of over here, so I have a longer piece and a shorter piece, okay? Find the length of each piece. Okay, so with each piece, I just made them X and Y. You can make them whatever you'd like them to be. So let's say that this piece is X and that piece is Y. And that's kind of what I'm starting out with. And then in this other sentence, it says that one piece is 15 centimeters longer than the other. So my longer piece was my X. So with this information, what I can say is that longer piece, my X, is 15 longer than the other, which would be 15 plus Y, or Y plus 15. That's the information I'm getting from that second part. Find the length of each piece. Okay. So with the 91, the equation I can get there is that 91 is the total length of the board. So that would mean that my X plus Y should be 91. That's the information I'm getting from the 91. From the second part, with the longer piece being 15 centimeters longer than the other, that's where we're getting X equals Y plus 15. So now I have 2 equations with 2 variables. And you'll notice that this one's already solved for X, which is perfect. So I have an X equals Y plus 15. So where there's an X in this other equation, because those match, I can put in Y plus 15 and substitute to get only one equation instead of 2. So what that would look like would be Y plus 15 for the X. Then I'll have this plus Y. I'll still have an equal sign, and it'll still equal 91. Now I can solve it from here. Y plus Y is 2Y. I'll still have a plus 15 equals 91. To solve for Y, I'll subtract 15 from both sides. And 91 minus 15 is 76. Then I'll divide both sides by 2 to solve for Y. And I'm going to get Y equals 38. So find the length of each piece. Well, one piece is 38 centimeters long. So then how do I find the other piece? Well, you could either look at this equation and plug in a 38 for Y and solve for X, or you could use this equation and just add 15. I think adding 15 seems pretty simple, so let's do that. 38 plus 15 would give us the other length, which would be 53. So find the length of each piece. My answer would be that one piece is 53 centimeters, a longer piece, and the shorter piece would be 38 centimeters long. All right, let's do one more. It says a Ford Taurus is traveling 3 times as fast as a Honda CR-V If their combined speed is 96 miles per hour, find the speed of each car. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the speed of each car. In my cars, I have a Ford Taurus and a Honda CR-V. So how about we use an F for the Ford Taurus and an H for the Honda CR-V. Okay? Then let's get some equations from our sentences. So our first sentence says that the Ford Taurus is traveling. So the Ford Taurus would be an F. Is traveling, so there's my equals, 3 times as fast as the Honda. So 3 times as fast would be multiplication, be 3 times H. And that's my sentence, my first sentence, and that'll be my first equation from that sentence. I have a new sentence, so I'm going to have a new equation. If their combined speed is 96 miles per hour, so combined speed, which operation do you think that's going to be? It's going to be addition. Combined speed, so that would be F plus H is 96 miles per hour, so equals 96. So now I have both of my equations and both of my variables, so I can get it to be one equation from here. So F equals 3H. So where I see an F in this equation, I can put in a 3H and rewrite it. So that'll be 3H plus H equals 96. Then we can combine like terms. 3H plus H is 4H. And then if we divide by 4 on both sides, we'll get H equals 24. So what does that mean? That means that the Honda is traveling 24 miles per hour. Am I done yet? No, because I wanted to find the speed of each car, and I found the Honda's speed, but not the Ford Taurus's speed yet. So let's go ahead and write F. Probably the easy way would be F equals 3H. So I'll have F equals 3 times H, which is 24. Let's see, 3 times 24 is 96. That's going quite fast. So that means that the Ford Taurus is traveling at 96 miles per hour. And now I've answered that question completely. All right, let's see if we can do one more. Number 4 says that Lisa and Michael were opposing candidates for city council. Lisa won with 73 more votes than Michael. The number of votes received by both candidates was 567. Find the number of votes received by each candidate. So the thing that I'm looking for is the number of votes that Lisa got and the number of votes that Michael got. So how about we use an L for Lisa and an M for Michael? Okay. So this is just some information, but nothing that would add to an equation. The next sentence helps us with an equation. It says that Lisa won with 73 more votes than Michael. So Lisa is going to equal 73 more than Michael, so that would be Michael plus 73. And if you're ever in doubt of, is it L plus 73 or M plus 73, which one is it? You can always just do a test number and think, well, if Michael got 1 vote and I have the plus 73 over here, then Lisa would have gotten 74, which would be more than Michael. So you can always do a little test, easy number, just to make sure that those equations are set up the way that makes sense for the problem, okay? The next sentence says that the total number was 567. So total would be addition, that's L plus M equals 567. Now we have both of our equations. If you want to substitute to get one equation, L is equal to M plus 73. Here's the L over here. So I can put that in right where the L is. So my new equation will be M plus 73. Then the rest of it stays the same, plus M equals 567. Then we can combine like terms so that 2M plus 73 equals 567. If I subtract 73 from both sides, I'll get 2m is equal to 494. And then if I divide both sides by 2, I'll get m is equal to 247. So what that tells me is that Michael got 247 votes. And then I also need to know how many Lisa got. So Lisa got 73 more than Michael. So I'm going to take Michael's vote count, which was 247, and add 73 to it to get Lisa. And if I add 73, I'm going to get 320. So Lisa got 320 votes. Michael got 247 votes. And that's the end of that one. I've got 2 more practice problems here. I'm going to post the answers on Canvas, including all of the work. So if you guys want to try both of those, you can check your answers on Canvas. Okay, good luck with all of these. Take them slow. If you have any questions along the way, please reach out to me and let me know. Okay, good luck, you guys.